Greta, I have to stop that plane from leaving.
What are you going to do?
I don't know yet. You get the car. It's hidden in the trees near the entrance. The keys are on the dash.
Okay.
Keep the engine running. We need to leave as soon as I get the girl.
Jack,
Yes?
be careful.
There's no time to be careful. Not this time. Greta, go! Dannazione. It's too late.
It looks like you're too late, Del Nero.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you on that plane?
I hate traveling. I'm not the kind of guy who crosses the desert on a camel. I prefer the comfort of the big city. Moreover, had I left, I would have missed the chance to deal with you. You made me look ridiculous in the eyes of the organization, and I don't have any intention of letting you get away with it.
And what do you want to do? Kill me? I could see it on your face that you've never shot anyone. You're not that kind of guy. You send your men to do your dirty work.
You're right. I've never shot anyone, even though many men and women died because I ordered it.
How brave.
But you know, there's a first time for everything. It was destiny, Del Nero.
It had to be a little past 4 in the afternoon. I had just lit one of the many cigarettes that fill my days with no clients, when a middle-aged guy comes into my office with 2 caterpillars for eyebrows and a cigar hanging from his mouth. He introduces himself as Harvey Weber, the owner of Weber Company, a meat house in Larchmont. After 10 minutes of pointless chatter about his job, he gives me a photograph. Susan Weber, 20 years old, Harvey's stepdaughter. He tells me all about her carefree lifestyle, her dreams of becoming an actress, and how she hasn't come home in weeks. But how he keeps getting bills for clothes, shoes, and other things that might catch the eye of a 20-year-old girl with a well-heeled old man. Harvey, because of his divorce agreement with his ex-wife, is responsible for supporting the girl until she turns 21. So the kid decides to take advantage of her old man while she can and spend as much as possible until she turns 21. But Harvey Weber isn't one to sit on his hands, and he got his attorneys on the case. They think that if Susan were caught having an affair that her old man wouldn't know of, they could bring the evidence to court and get her cut off. Just one photograph would do it, according to Harvey. I take the job. I'll get him that photograph. The whole thing will cost him $30 a day, plus expenses, paid in advance. Harvey gives me a check for $30 and leaves my office. I cash the check, toss down something that can be called a dinner, and I'm already in Harlem. A few dollars got me a tip that Harvey Weber's kid might be around here. At the Last Heaven Hotel, to be precise. According to the information that I have, a few days ago, some blondie went on a shopping spree here in Harlem. In this neighborhood, if you have money to spend on clothes and jewelry, it's easy to get noticed. I even managed to find out that the girl was seen entering the Last Heaven Hotel. I'd better ask a few questions. It's my car. Besides my investigator's license, it's the only thing I have. The subway. At this hour of night, because of the faces that you see in it, it looks more like a state prison. Just a pile of junk. Looks like not even the shiny world of show business has managed to escape the grasp of the Great Depression. Second Life of Miss Gray, a film by Howard Paul, starring Vivian Leight. Vivian Leight, that's the same name that Harvey Weber gave me. From what he told me, his daughter greatly admires that actress. Last Heaven Hotel. A curious name for a hotel in Harlem. From the information that I got, this is where Harvey Weber's stepdaughter is. There are photographs of black musicians hanging everywhere, probably jazz players. Sitting down and reading the newspaper. I should have been a reception clerk. I would have certainly been healthier. Hi, do you own this place?
Well, depends on who wants to know.
I'm a friend of one of your guests.
The last guy who introduced himself as such destroyed a room for a thing about lovers, so pardon me if I'm a little wary of friends of my guests.
I'm a private detective.
A private detective. I guess someone has gotten himself in trouble.
More or less. It's about a girl.
A girl, you say? There are a lot of them here, and for a few bucks, they can give you a night that will stay in your memories for a long, long time.
She's not a prostitute. Susan Weber, white, medium frame, blonde hair, 20 years, and pretty enough to cause her some troubles. Have you seen her?
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not used to giving out information about my guests to the first person who happens by. People come here to have a place where no one can find them, and not just for a place where to sleep. And I try to help them with that as much as I can.
You must have a good imagination to call this hotel Last Heaven.
No fantasies or sentimentalities. They're not for me. At least not anymore. This hotel belonged to my brother, Louis Fitzgerald Heaven. There were 9 of us, and he was the youngest. That's why people called him the Last Heaven. When he bought the hotel, he didn't have any doubts about what to call it. At that time, this place was falling apart, but Louis was sure he could turn it into a good hotel, and he made it.
How come it's you running it now?
My brother can't take care of it anymore. In October 1926, some redneck who missed the good old days of slavery refused to pay his 3-day rent for the room. He said that he would have never given money to a Negro. When my brother threatened to call the police, the guy pulled out a gun and pulled the trigger. Shot him in the guts. My brother died almost immediately. Even though he was small, he never let anyone to push him around. And what we all thought of as a quality eventually turned out to be what killed him. And the hotel stayed closed for years, and it was I who reopened it 5 years later, but without my brother, it wasn't the same hotel anymore.
Did the police get the killer?
Well, you already know the answer. One day, great men will be able to change how things are, and there won't be any more hatred between blacks and whites.
Nowadays, they name streets in New York after these great men. And when that happens, it means they didn't meet with a happy ending. Come on, don't make a fuss. Tell me where I can find Miss Weber.
Sorry, but you won't get anywhere by being pushy.
Forget about it.
Now, whatever you want.
This job probably doesn't pay too much. I'm sure that with a little encouragement, he would tell me more. My investigator's license. 20 bucks, a damn questionnaire, and anyone who wants to can stick their nose in your business. my cigarettes, and my lucky lighter, even though it has never brought me much luck. These are my lockpicking tools. These trinkets have come in handy more than once. Valuable information is often the best hidden one. It's the camera Greta loaned me. Mine broke months ago. About 25 bucks.
Son, what else can I do for you?
Tell me where I can find the girl.
I've already told you that you won't get anywhere in this way.
Forget about it.
Now, whatever you want.
This job probably doesn't pay too much. I'm sure that with a little encouragement, he would... $10 should be more than enough for some information. These might make you change your mind.
Money to buy information? That must be one important girl you're looking for.
Enough for someone to hire me.
You know, lately, a lot of people like you have come by. They ask questions, look for people. Once, this hotel was considered one of the best in Harlem. Now it's become a shelter for criminals, easy women, and people who are running away from something. All it took was a couple of years of recession to turn New York into a cesspool. I wonder where this city's going to end up.
Where it always has. Nowhere.
You're always headed somewhere. Good or bad, you always have a direction. The day that New York will be rotten through and through, that will be the day that the good God himself will come down to crush it.
Don't count on that. I know people in this city who would manage to bribe your good God with a couple of well-aimed compliments.
Son, I guess you're not a believer.
I believe in whiskey, and in all those things that I can explain in a day.
Well, without faith, it's impossible to survive in this city. Everyone needs something to believe in.
Probably I just don't have anything worth believing in yet. Anyway, let's end this catechism lesson, and tell me where I can find the girl.
You said her name is Susan Weber?
Susan Weber, with 2 B's.
Susan Weber. Oh, you gave me money in exchange for information, but who says that I have any?
Dannazione, you must have a list with the names of your guests.
As I told you earlier, this hotel is a place where half the tenants are poor devils trying to get away from something. They usually don't give their real names. 100 John Smiths, a dozen George Washingtons, even a couple of Charlie Chaplins pass through this hotel.
So there is no room under the name Susan Weber?
That's right, son. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. If you want, you can take your money back.
Keep it. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Sitting down...
Son?
I have a question for you.
Tell me.
It doesn't make any sense. Is there a woman called Late among your guests?
Late. Yes, she matches your description. White, young, and blonde. Is she the woman you're looking for?
Yes. What room is she in?
Room 313, 3rd floor, end of the hallway.
Thanks. I don't have anything else to ask you.
Well, if you need me, I'm here.
Room 313. It's Susan Weber's room.
I've finally gotten away from my clod of a stepfather. I couldn't take it anymore. He thought I should spend my entire life behind the counter of a butcher shop. I'm an actress. I was born to act in movies. Big productions. Isn't that right, Teddy Bear?
Of course, baby. I'll make you the biggest star in Hollywood.
Yes, Howard. With you, I'll be the next Vivian Lake. Actually, you'll make me even more famous than her. You'll give me her parts and I'll exceed her. I'll be the #1. Right, Teddy Bear? Right?
And here's our Susan. I'll take a few pictures of her with her teddy bear, and tomorrow morning I'll give them to Harvey Weber. This way I'll get the rest of my money. I don't see how I could use them together. Susan Weber's room number is 313. I don't see why I should go to the next floor. Room 3... I can't break open everything. There are photographs of black musicians hanging. Boxes without... Room 311.
Son? Well, if you...
Gate, the cheapest way to keep away the bums from the dumpsters at the end of the alley. It's closed. I don't see why I should. A gate. That ladder could be useful. It's closed. A gate that sheep... It's closed. The keys of the car, of the office, and of something else that I don't remember anymore. I don't see why I... The door must lead into the theater. That should be Susan's hotel room window. But before doing anything, I should be sure. There's a dumpster there. There's a dumpster. I can't go there. It's closed. I don't see why I should. It overlooks 125th Street. Susan Weber's room number is 313. Susan Weber. Room 313. I've heard enough. Harvey Weber paid me to get him some proof of his stepdaughter's love affair. All I have to do now is to get a picture of Susan while she's in the arms of her teddy bear, Howard. The apartment should have a window. Susan Weber's room number. That should be Susan's hotel room window. But before doing anything, the theater's service entrance. This is probably where they load and unload the... closed. Surely not for a holiday. It's closed. I can't break open everything. There are some candies in this bowl.
You shouldn't take those candies. They've been there for years.
I'll take my chances. I've put worse in my stomach. I'll keep it with me. There's no way I'm eating it, since I'd like to avoid getting dysentery.
I'm here. No need to knock.
Sitting down and reading the newspaper. I should have been... I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. Susan Weber. Closed is just fine. Closed. I can't break open. No, I don't see what I should do with it. It's today's newspaper. It looks like in some areas of the city, the service will be cut off to avoid a short circuit. Even though companies keep shutting down, the newspapers are saying the worst is behind us. I wonder who it helps if people believe it. The usual news that comes out before the New York mayoral elections. Each candidate smears the others, trying to steal as many votes as possible. At the end, it will be the least immoral one who will win, or the one who'll do the best job in hiding his skeletons in the closet.
Son? Bed?
I have better things to do than rummage through dumpsters. It's closed, and surely not for a holiday. No clue. At least none that makes any sense. One of the many walk-up doors that characterize Harlem. I don't have a reason to get in. Gate, the cheapest way to keep away the bums from the dumpsters at the end of the alley. Room 312. A wastebasket full of every kind of junk that can be produced in a hotel. Susan Weber's room number is 3. There's a little panel here.
It's hot as hell in this room. One day it's cold, the next one it's hot. Tomorrow, I'm gonna give an earful to the owner of this crappy room. You don't treat a future movie star this way.
Good. That must be our Susan's room. Now I have to find a way to open that gate. It's closed. I knew that it was a good idea to bring them with me. Dannazione. The lock just reset. I have to start over. Dannazione. Think of anything. That ladder could be useful. It's too high for me to use it. A dumpster, the kind that has wheels on the bottom so that you can move it. There's a break here. The street is probably downhill a little, so if I unlocked it, the dumpster would roll all the way down to the road. Unlocking the brake now won't help me. I have to find a way to place it where I want. Right. Too bad I left my lucky crowbar at home. There are some metal bars on the ground. Yes, I'll take one. This bar could be helpful. No clue. No, it doesn't. I can't think... Let's try. Yes, it could work. Okay. I can't do much from here. I can see both Susan and Howard from here. Looks like they're pretty busy. Now's the time to earn my 30 bucks. Good. This shot will work just fine. A photo of the stepdaughter necking with the first guy that promises to make her a star. This should be enough for Harvey Weber to get his lawyers involved, and it's definitely enough for me to get out of here. I open the door and jump into the car, ignoring how the seats are getting soaked with my wet clothes. It's water. It'll dry sooner or later. I put the key in the ignition and start the engine, but something isn't working. The gas gauge is on E. The tank must be empty. Following a lead on a case and forgetting to fill up the tank. It's a rookie's mistake. Or maybe the mistake of someone who's simply starting to get sick of this life. I'll have to find another way to get out of here.
Son, what else can I do for you?
Do you have a telephone?
Yeah, we had one.
You mean you don't have one anymore?
We do have the telephone, but it's just not working. I've been waiting for someone to come and fix it for weeks, but nothing so far. Yeah, the technicians come every 3 months to make sure that the control panel is working, but after a few weeks, there's no more dial tone.
So it's not the first time that it's broken?
In the last few years, I've called the technician at least 10 times, and every time he asks for more money. If this weren't a hotel, I'd get rid of it tomorrow.
Where is the control panel?
Oh, I don't have a clue. Must be somewhere outside the building, near the alley entrance.
I don't have anything else to ask you.
Well, if you need me, I'm here.
This must be the telephone control panel. Let's have a look. Yes, the candy wrapper should hold it together. Let's hope it works.
Son, what else can I do for you?
Your telephone should be working now.
Do they also teach you how to repair telephones in your private detective training?
No, just to find out when someone's trying to rip you off. I suggest you call another technician next time. And if you could call me a cab now, I'd be very grateful.
Of course, son.
A night spent under the rain makes even this grubby old cab seem welcoming. The driver is a quiet guy, unlike most drivers who, on a dollar trip, are happy to tell you the story of their life. The only thing he asked was, "Where to?" Essex Street was my only answer. Before going home, I have to return Greta's camera. I disappeared saying I'd get it back to her in a few days. It's been more than a week. The cab turns down Essex Street. Here we are. The trip costs me $2. $1.50 fare plus a 50-cent surcharge for the night rate. Night rate. I hate cab drivers. Good. Greta's place is still open. A sip of whiskey is just what I need to cap off today. A normal post box. It's that half-wit Smiley. It's a windmill, or rather a miniature replica of one. I think that the original ones are slightly bigger. It's an old poster for some dance show. It's an old poster for some dance show. It's called Marzetti's Cats. Greta's name is listed. It's an old post. It's called...
Uh-oh. Here's the undaunted detective back from his dangerous mission. How many unfaithful husbands have you discovered tonight?
Not you, that's for sure. No woman would get within 10 feet of you.
Tough day, detective? But don't get upset. Fortune will look kindly on you sooner or later, just like it did for me today.
What the hell are you talking about?
Smiley had the chance of a lifetime. Goodbye, swindles and fake documents. We're talking about some real cash, cars, and the good life.
Why are you so excited tonight?
Smiley is changing his life. No more swindles and fake documents. I've been offered a great job, and I'm going to accept it.
Did you find a free reptile cage at Central Park?
Our detective is always ready with a joke.
What kind of job offer could a snake like you have received?
Oh, sorry, detective, but I can't talk about it.
What kind of dirty business are you mixed up in this time?
Sorry, detective. but we're talking about some serious stuff. I can't talk about it with anyone, not even you. The only thing I can tell you is that at midnight, Smiley will get a telephone call from one of the most important people in the city.
Yeah, better to not know anything about your business. Goodbye, Smiley.
Bye, Detective. Goodbye.
It's Greta. Hi, Greta. Pour me a whiskey.
Jack, do you remember that you've had my camera for over a week now? When are you planning to return it?
I actually finished using it tonight. I'll pull out the film roll and it's all yours.
Try not to break it when you pull the roll out. The winder has been broken for years, so you have to do it manually. I suggest you find a dark place when you do it. Otherwise, you can bid farewell to your precious photographs.
Hi, Greta.
Jack,
I just need to pull the...
remember that, and
a simple coat rack. Wandering through the dark alleys of the Lower East Side isn't exactly on the schedule for tonight. I'm not leaving this place until... It's a building's foyer. I don't know who lives there, and I'd rather not know.